Thank you everyone for joining us today for the home warranty walkthrough. Today we're going to talk about almost everything we can on home warranties, why people should have them, the differences between home warranties and insurance, and anything else that we think is important. So to help with this walkthrough, I have Kimberly Romero with me today. She is an account executive for Home Warranty of America, which is the leading provider of home warranties for over 25 years. Kim has over 20 years experience in the business and has a true passion for serving others with attention to detail. She is the expert and most trusted resource for your home warranty needs. So thank you, Kim, for being here today. Greatly appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Patrice. I love it. It's fun and it is truly my passion. I love being in the real estate industry and helping people save money or support the realtors and brokers in our real estate community. It's very important. And home warranty is definitely an integral part of all of that. So I appreciate your time on this.
Oh, you're welcome. So the first question is obvious one. What is a home warranty?
Well, a home warranty is different than your homeowner's insurance. It's a little misunderstood sometimes out there. Home warranty is a renewable service agreement that you renew every year unless a multiple years is purchased up in advance. But typically it's a 1-year service agreement that is renewable. And it covers your mechanicals of the house that make your house operate every single day, like your HVAC, your microwave oven, your plumbing, your sprinkler systems, all of those types of things. Homeowners insurance is for catastrophic things that maybe a tree fell on the roof during a storm and things like that. So we cover all the mechanicals of the house for normal wear and tear breakdowns. So we're offsetting those costs compared to going retail and helping homeowners save money.
Awesome. So you kind of already covered the difference between home warranties and homeowners insurance. Do you want to say anything else about that?
Yes, the homeowner's insurance is again for the catastrophic things. Although once in a while they might be combined, for example, and not, I know I'm going to jump into some other questions about the home warranties, but HWA stands out in certain ways because we do have something that's called reimbursement for secondary damage. But normally the things that we cover or a home warranty covers are the mechanical failures again. Your HVAC for normal wear and tear. Some companies, I know I'm kind of probably jumping the gun here, different companies don't cover things that are known or pre-existing where other companies do. And HWA, I'm proud to say, is one. I represent them for reasons because I believe that they're the best in the industry. So we will also cover pre-existing conditions that are unknown. We also cover like for the seller and the buyer, and I'm in the real estate channel, but home warranties are also for the consumer out there as well. And so you don't necessarily have to be going through a real estate transaction to obtain one.
Yeah, and just for people who don't know, pre-existing conditions, you're referring to something that took place before the person purchased it that they didn't know that it was there before because they couldn't test for it, and things like that, correct?
Correct. There's undetectable during a home inspection and things like that. Or it might be could be an electrical thing behind a wall that something could not be really detected, even though the electricity seemed to be working fine, and maybe the current homeowner uses certain things regularly, but now here comes the new homeowner and they're using the systems differently or maybe even harder because there's more people in the home and more different outlets and things like that. So, and their appliances might be different. So it does affect like that. And then if something's tricked out or it's not working properly, that could be something that was a pre-existing but unknown to the current homeowner, and then now it's known to the new buyer. So we would cover those types of items where other companies would not.
Okay. And what are the different types of home warranties and what are the cost differences?
Yeah, there's many different types actually, and depending, each company is different. Each company has their own limits and what they cover. I truly believe ours is the most comprehensive for the most value for the least amount of money. We cover everything the cost could be anywhere like and they're typed out like for different types of properties as well. We cover condo. Most companies would cover condos, townhomes, mobile homes, single family homes, anything residential basically. Some companies do not cover investment properties or rentals or for landlord, where we do. So we kind of stand out in shine on that one as well. So it does not have to be the primary residence. And also, so there's different types of warranties during the real estate transaction is more comprehensive and it's discounted. We kind of give, well, we don't kind of, we do give that discount to the real estate market, you and a broker, to bring that value to you and your brokers. And then that helps with the sellers situations as well when they're listing the home, and then the buyer moves in, gives that peace of mind. So, but there's also consumer home warranties that just a consumer could go online and Google schmoogle any kind of home warranty out there, the name, and they would be able to obtain one too. But it's very careful. I would be very careful about learning about what the differences are. With HWA, again, we offer to our friends and family, which would be you, our real estate professionals, something if it's not during the real estate transaction that we do offer. It's called HWA after plans. So something that's closed that wasn't in the real estate transaction, we will still give that value of the real estate pricing and the more comprehensive coverage to your friends and family, your past clients, or yourself, for example.
Okay. And as far as the cost differences, I don't know if we talked about that. What are some of the cost differences of the different warranties?
There's a big difference out there. We try to give the most value again for the least amount of money. We had new owners in the last couple of years actually that have really, they're very diligent and trying hard. We are all working very hard to be the best home warranty provider out there for the least amount of money, the most budget protection, for the most comprehensive coverage. We also have some added perks that other companies don't offer that we have partnerships with. I can get into that in a few minutes, but our coverage starts, like, for example, would be a condo at 455, and we offer 13 months coverage, not just a year. We also have multiple years. We'll go up to 5 years to lock in today's pricing, which is pretty amazing. We just offered that this year going forward, and so it's a bundled savings each year is even more discounted. And then you're locked into that pricing, but your coverage starts over every year. The limits and things like that are what we offer. There's other companies out there that, for example, I'll just like, let's say our single family home, our top level tier for 13 months is $675. Some are asking for $1,000 or more right now, and for less coverage, and the limits are less. So there's a big difference out there, and I highly recommend that you do your homework on that for the consumer.
Okay.
Yes.
And you did talk about how many years you offer, but I guess how long people usually have a home warranty after purchasing a home?
Well, typically those run a little different as well, but typically 1 year, where we give that little added advantage of the extra little 10%, a 13-month coverage. But they go normally a year. Some companies, most have a 30-day wait before your coverage kicks in. And again, HWA does not. The coverage starts immediately, either for the seller or converts to the buyer for a 13-month plan right upon on the day of closing.
Okay. And you did talk well about seller's coverage. Can you talk more about how it benefits the sellers to have a home warranty when it's listed?
Absolutely. So the seller's coverage is a little bit different than the buyer's policy. We bring that value add to the real estate community again, to Patrice, to you and your portfolio. You can put on it. You get the listing, right? And then let's say you walk in and you're competing with another company or something for the listing, or it's your friends, and you say, "Gosh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your systems are aging in the house. Your furnace is getting older, and your water heater's older. I think we should market the home to offer to the buyers peace of mind and offer the home warranty value." During that time, we will cover the seller because they're marketing the home to offer that to the buyer to convert to a buyer's policy. That gives that buyer peace of mind while they move in the house and get used to all the things. And it also helps a lot with the post liability for the seller. Seller's disclosures, sometimes the seller may or may not know of something, or if something happens during the listing period, a failure happens, they would be able to call us and place a claim. They're not putting out more dollars on repairs and replacements of their failed systems. And then also it helps with negotiations for the seller, for example. Instead of that buyer's agent coming in and saying, hey, it's working fine, but that furnace is getting old. Like maybe we'd like to take 3,000 or 10,000 off of that furnace, that HVAC system. Well, the seller would be able to say, well, we're offering that to the buyer, a home warranty, and that's that peace of mind for that buyer coming in. So now they're spending roughly between $500-600 as opposed to $1,000 in concessions and things like that. So really benefits the seller tremendously.
Yeah, because you never know what can happen.
You never know, and it comes up during inspection and things like that as well.
So if someone were to utilize their home warranty where they need to go ahead and file a claim, what is that process like, and which ones get denied?
Well, our process is very easy. Other companies, there's differences again in home warranty companies. Some say, hey, go ahead and use your own contractor. I respect that, and I get that question every single day. And I just like to say buyer beware, because yes, you can use your own contractor, but guess what? You're also going out there and paying retail up front. You have to find that contractor, you're paying their fees and all of that. Where with HWA, Home Warranty of America, we already have a network of contractors that we've already managed. So when a homeowner places a claim, there always has to be a claim made, and that would be with any home warranty. You can't go get a repair and then send in the invoice to that rep or to the company. No one's going to cover that. You have to place the claim. And with our company, we never close. Our claims department is open 24 hours a day, and holidays and all of that. And it's a very simple process online. A homeowner has an account. They can go in there and place a claim, and it starts it's sort of like a dispatch, and it goes out to that zip code area, the network of contractors that we have relationships with. They pick up the job, sets the appointment with the homeowner. We don't get involved with that part of it because the homeowner and the contractor's books look different in their calendars. So between the claimant and the contractor, they make an appointment. That contractor goes out to the home to diagnose the failure, and it's $100 service fee for us. There's also, they can also have an option of going to $75 service fee. That's an option that they could arrange to have with us. And they diagnose the failure. They submit the report to us, and then our authorizations team responds within 10 minutes. Basically, we're training our network of contractors to give us, if you can please upload the report before you leave the driveway. We want the claim moving and satisfied, and get the equipment going and whatever has to happen and authorized and moving forward, and get that claim satisfied and done. So some companies say you can use your own contractor, which is a very different process. Now that homeowner is going to find a contractor that has to be willing to work with a home warranty company. Their limits are less. They're paying retail upfront for that repair and a service fee. And it sounds nice in the beginning, but it's really not the best option for them in the long run. They'll have much less out of pocket with us.
Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know about that
Yes.
one.
Yes.
I mean, is there a situation where if someone were to file a claim that you guys wouldn't go forward with it?
There are times, here's an example, and a homeowner doesn't realize that and it's my pleasure, of course, to always do a consultation with your client as well, or send information that we cover the mechanical failures. Sometimes it's misunderstood that we are a maintenance program, but no home warranty company is. So we don't maintain your let's see, your door is caving in for the wall, the wood or something is moldy and it's petrified or something. We don't cover those types of things. Here's something that's happened too, is the homeowner, they just don't understand the home warranty and what we cover. So we're the mechanical failures, and there's some things too, we cover like roof, but it's more of a limited coverage. Something bigger would be more your homeowner's insurance or hello, welcome to home ownership kind of thing, if you got big problems with that. Something that would be denied also would be something, it's really not denied, it's just something that we don't cover. And the homeowner kind of, and it looks like a denial. So sometimes the numbers might be skewed a little bit because the homeowners think, oh, they denied my claim, they don't cover anything. Well, that's not true. They just don't understand. It's the mechanical failures. So the contract, they place a claim. The contractor goes out there, say it's an electrical claim. The contractor goes out there and there's a little mouse, little chipmunk nest inside the electrical panel. They've made their home in there and their babies, and that's all, and they're chewing on the wires. That is not normal wear and tear. And that would be something else they have to deal with. So that would be something that we would not cover. That is not normal wear and tear, and that's the little chipmunks taking up their home in there and chewing up the wires. So that would be something as an example.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, kind of you did cover this, but if you had to say like the biggest benefits of having a home warranty, what would they be?
Well, you're offsetting costs compared to going retail for, for example, well, it depends though on the company again. So we're fine, with us, you're finding we have the contractors already found and worked out with their labor and all of that. So and then also the costs. We buy wholesale. So we're purchasing across the country. We cover nationwide. So we have a huge purchasing, there's a big operation going on behind the scenes with us. I have an army of team that I love, and we want everything going and moving smoothly. We want the customer's experience, which is yours, and your client's experience to be a good one. So we have a purchasing department in the background. That's when things are authorized, they're taking the equipment, or that network of contractors that we have, they might supply, but it's all wholesale. We're passing that savings along to the consumer, really, at our buying power. Yep, so they're not going out to Lowe's paying retail. We're buying the water heaters at Lowe's and all our carrier and all the relationships. We have a relationship with all the manufacturers, providers, as well.
Okay. And so what kind of add-ons, I know you have, several add-ons besides just having your standard home warranty. So which ones would you say buyers should consider getting from a home warranty company that aren't already included in the traditional home warranty package?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's different levels, and this would be with any company. There's usually two or three levels of coverage. The higher you go, the more comprehensive that might be. So with us, there are $100 difference. There's like a gold plan, a platinum, and diamond. Our diamond is more comprehensive. For example, we will cover permit, hallway, code violations. Those kind of things go hand in hand typically with there's a furnace or water heater failure for repairing or replacing. Very often the licensed contractors, by the way, which is our network, they have to follow the city, the county, the state, and the federal mandates to keep their licensing intact. So if the city, and most of them want them these days, I don't care where you are, they want a permit for those HVAC systems or the water heaters. Code violation. The consumer really isn't usually tuned into all of that. Normally, if they're going retail, that guy is usually handing them a bid. Hey, here's 4,000. They don't realize in there is the code violation at 250, Holloway 150. Permit 200. They used to be 150. They're like 250 now. So right there, $600-700. Some companies don't cover those where we do under our Diamond Plan or Orange Plus coverage. So that's an added value. We also cover all costs of AC refrigerant. And the consumer, again, is not all, but some are naive and not realizing that refrigerant, it's a chemical. It's Freon, Puron, call it what you may, but The R22 is typical to be in the older units. And they don't realize, and sometimes home inspection will identify that, sometimes they may or may not. But R22 is a chemical that's no longer allowed to be manufactured or imported into the United States. And it's all reclaimed since 2020. So it's very expensive if there's any left around. If not, that has to be changed out. That AC condenser unit can't, the R22 is not available. So guess what? You shouldn't be putting different chemicals down those lines because it stretches the lines and is not talking to the furnace properly and all these different things. So with the R20, for any kind of Freon, we cover all costs of Freon. Potentially could be thousands. If that is not available, it becomes a claim now. Because say, we're going out, the motor's running on the AC, but it's not cooling. It probably needs a recharge of refrigerant. And we discover it's the R22. Guess what? Now here it becomes a claim. We cover up to $5,000 for HVAC each year. So if there's multiple years, that starts over every year. So with that R22 deal, the consumer doesn't really understand that until they're in it. Now here they go, here comes the claim, and they're like, what do you mean? What's R22? I don't know why I have to replace my whole unit. And then we also make sure that the units, the AC unit, if we're changing that out, it has to talk to the furnace that wasn't failing. So we help cover modifications as well. If you're thinking going retail, not all, but many guys are going to go, hey, Mr. Mrs. Consumer, 13 grand because your AC's got to be replaced. So you should probably change your furnace too. But that's not necessarily true. It just needs to be modified to talk to the new AC in some cases. So we help out with those modifications. Other companies aren't going to necessarily do that or cover the Freon. So I could probably go on for hours about those types of benefits that we offer that other companies may not.
Okay. And if you had to say it, an estimate, how much money does a home warranty typically save a homeowner in costs?
Well, it depends on what's going on and when their claims. It typically, and this is a concern for some companies that have that 30-day wait where we don't. We also don't ask for an inventory checklist kind of thing. So, or the home inspection report necessarily. So when things happen, what was your question again? Because I would have answered that
So,
properly.
let's say someone buys a house and they have a home warranty
Yeah.
versus the buyer that buys a house and they decide not to get a home warranty. Just for like your typical, situation, or you can give examples, right? Case by case. How much money would you say that you're actually saving
Yes.
a homeowner compared to someone who doesn't have a home warranty after you take off, the costs of the home warranty?
Thank you so much for that. So potentially thousands. They might have the typical person in our company places a claim within the first 30 days. So right there says something right there. So it's the value there. So depending on what it is. So if it's HVAC, obviously thousands. It could be a microwave oven. It could be electrical claim, but potentially most people that have a home warranty use that, and it's a renewable. So they tip, and depending what's going on. So if they're aging systems, let's say they moved in and that seller was offering that home warranty, but it didn't fail in that first year. Well, now it's even older. So I would recommend that they renew for those costs. So it depends. Each company has their limits. We don't have a dollar limit for combined claims for a buyer. So
That's
they
good.
could have multiple claims and there is no limit. Other companies might limit them at a certain threshold.
Yeah, I think I found too is that you guys offer sewer coverage, and I know a lot of warranty companies do not offer that.
That's true. That is an option. We have options. So that's another thing is you can customize your coverage. So we have, again, back to that gold, platinum, diamond levels, and then some are more comprehensive than others, including your appliances, by the way. We cover your appliances in the home that you use every single day and rely on, your garbage disposal, your refrigerator, your stove. But you can customize in plans for if you have a water softener or a pool and things like that, septic. So those items too, you can add in to cover and make it more customizable. We also try to be a modern company. We offering smart home coverage. For example, wine coolers. Not everybody has a wine cooler, right? So you could add that in. And with the sewer, we cover items that are due to, well, even with the plumbing, we cover the stoppages and out from the fascia of the house, 125 feet, okay? But if the sewer line is cracking due to tree roots or something, we do have a limit of $1,500, but yes, I'll take it. Thank you. So you can add that in. Other companies wouldn't even cover that because of the broken lines for that problem. So our coverages are very comprehensive, and a lot of value for that homeowner, and we're proud of that.
Awesome. Well, I'm not gonna ask this question because you consistently been saying how home warranty in America, because they're from other
Yes.
companies. And okay, so next question would be, with it being a seller's market, obviously it's more difficult for us to write an offer and get the seller to pay for the home warranty up front. Maybe I get it, later on in the deal somehow, or the buyer ends up paying for it. So let's say that the person, they have just enough money to buy the house, or they got into a bidding war and paid way over asking plus an appraisal guarantee. And so they want to limit their additional costs at closing. And so by getting this home warranty, should they keep in mind that they can
Fully
get
understand that.
time,
You're a little slow.
but that it's best to have the home warranty, when they purchase, right?
Absolutely. And because things are going for above asking in that competitive market we're in right now, if the seller doesn't want to offer that, I mean, you certainly could ask, right? But I understand why you don't necessarily want to write that in always. So sometimes it gets negotiated in during inspection time too, because now things are getting a little more discovered of the age thing. But let's say the seller's not purchasing it for the buyer, and the buyer definitely finds the value in that, but they're a little tapped out because they're paying more, and then all the situations going on out there right now. But they can go monthly. We can definitely get them into a plan in the real estate pricing. I highly encourage that they do, and we could get them in a monthly plan that's more manageable and it's more comprehensive as well. A lot of them will say, well, I'll just get the consumer's energy or Detroit DTE, but ours is much more comprehensive. We cover all the mechanicals of the house that make your house operate, not just some things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But let's say they can't even do like the monthly, right?
Yes.
It can still just come in at any time, but they
Yes.
just understand they're taking that risk of not having coverage during the first month or so.
Yeah, and I would highly encourage that they don't go on the national plan, and I think it's still very good plan, but the real estate product is much more comprehensive and more discounted. You'll get more value out of that. So I would have them reach out to you and then send them my way, and I would always circle back to you. We also have some other perks that are really nice that other companies don't. On a certain level plan, our diamond plan, we also cover secondary damage. Let's pretend the water heater's leaking. We handle the water heater part of it, but let's say it damaged the flooring or the carpeting, and then they placed a homeowner's insurance claim. For covered items, we'll cover up to $1,000 for the homeowner on their insurance deductible. In this day and age, you know how identity theft is it's such a bad thing out there right now. And even home title monitoring. Again, the consumer I think they're getting more savvy about this, but we actually, under our Diamond plan, offer that for 1 year free. They don't have to enroll, but we offer it to them. It's a warm welcome when they are a policyholder of ours, and then we ask them if they'd like to have identity theft protection for 1 year in real time and home title monitoring. We offer that for free. So there's a lot of little perks like that. We also have 100, it's a for your mobile home protection, mobile phone. For anybody under one address, we don't count the phones, and they can also get that protection. So if you have teenagers, I mean, how much are you spending a month just for the protection, like $50 per phone. So we have that as well. So there's all kinds of little things that you can customize in your coverage that makes sense to you and your family.
Oh, so yes, I didn't know this. So you basically have warranty coverage for things that aren't really a part of the house at all.
Yes, correct. And some that, like, you might have your sprinkler system. Some people might not have that. So yeah, other things that they're more perks, added value to our coverage. Mhm.
Okay, and then you said something about the national plan versus the retail plan.
Yes.
What are the difference of those? I don't think I know about
Well, the
those.
national plan is, it's less comprehensive, and because that's not my channel, I don't know the pricing, but it's more. I do know that. And then you have to add in the HVAC for an option. It's more, you customize like you kind of piecemeal all of it together. It's still good, but you're going to spend more. So I can get you and your clients into something better, even if it's outside of the real estate product. Or excuse me,
Okay,
that's outside of the real estate transaction. Mhm.
okay.
Our
And you already answered,
HWA after plans.
what'd you say?
It's called our HWA after plans.
Oh, okay.
They can go up to multiple years on that as well, make
Right.
installments.
So you already said that they can do a monthly fee plan instead of paying the 13 months up front because
Yes,
yeah, again, if they are time to close and they, only want to spend so much. But at the same time, with the monthly plan, is it different where it kicks in 30 days later, or does it work the same?
good question. The real estate product, there is no wait. With the HWA after plans, because that's usually somebody that's already living in the home, there is a 30-day wait, and then coverage kicks in at day 31.
Oh, okay, so basically, if you don't sign up at closing,
Or
then
30 days after. You have up to 30 days in a real estate transaction.
okay.
They have up to 30 days to get a policy under the real estate branding, basically. Then if you go under the real estate HWA after, there would be a 30-day wait. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But the monthly fee plan is it's always going to be the after plan
All the
fee.
above. Yes.
Okay, got it. And you talked a little about new construction, but I don't think we answered this. So if someone's getting a new construction home, obviously get a builder's warranty, depending on the builder they work with. They may have a longer plan, they may have a shorter plan, but usually it's for a couple of years or maybe 10. Do you recommend the buyers to obtain a home warranty if the builder's warranty is good for several years?
I sure do. And ask the builder to throw it in, by the way, why not? So many will. So it covers up to 2 to 4 years, and it kicks in on day 366. So after 1 year, that builder stuff starts falling off, but we don't cover foundational anything anyway. So it's more the mechanicals again. So the mechanicals of the house. So yeah, so they have that option, and it's a very bundled savings for 2 to 4 years that they could purchase that for. It is pretty discounted, and then they can customize that in as well. They might be bringing in a refrigerator for the garage or something like that, and they can add that in as well.
Okay. Yeah, you already answered the question I was going to ask about the kicking in later since
Yes,
well since to do that way, but you set it up before you close, so you already know exactly when it's going to
it's
kick in.
that peace of mind. Yes. Mhm.
Um, is there any benefit to a buyer getting a 2-year warranty or a 5-year warranty up front instead of having the 13-month warranty first and then see if they want to renew the second year?
Yep. Each year goes even deeper discounts. So if you go even a 5-year, you get almost 1 year free. So,
Oh,
and you're locked in today's pricing. So all home warranties, I would imagine even we will have a price increase in a couple years at least, just because of the cost of living, the way it's going. So if you're locked in, you're at today's pricing. So there is definitely an advantage on that, and it's discounted. So even 2 year, there's a discount. So the more years you go, the higher the discount goes. So absolutely, yes.
that's awesome. And you did talk a little about what a home warranty does not cover. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Well, there's other things that could happen during a claim, especially in the big ticket items, like for a water heater example. Let's pretend that that new water heater can't fit in a Michigan basement, for example, in the location that it's at now, it has to be moved. Well, now you need new electrical and plumbing lines and things like that. Those those weren't existing, so they weren't even failing, but you have to add new equipment. So, and depending on your coverage as well. So, some of that will be out of pocket for the homeowner, but we're still saving them money compared to going retail, because either way they're dealing with that. So we're going to offset the cost still and save them money with getting the equipment. We've got the labor. We've already negotiated that and things like that. So there's definitely that. I could probably go on, but here's another example that's pretty typical that the homeowner doesn't understand. The AC units, because of technology, things you think are going smaller, but very often the condenser units are actually getting a little bigger. The environmental protection wants it a certain way to keep us all safe and emissions and all of that. So if it doesn't fit, we're replacing that unit. It doesn't fit on that old pad, that cement pad or whatever it's sitting upon. We don't cover that. That wasn't failing, but it needs a new pad to sit upon. That's going to be an out-of-pocket expense for the homeowner. So when we're replacing with big ticket items, I like to explain to the agent, or excuse me, to your client, that they expect some out of pocket. We're going to reduce that out of pocket compared to going retail, but there are some things that are not covered under the warranty, and that would be 2 examples right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Well, I think it matters that that you have a local rep in the area that you can turn to if something's off track or something you don't understand. I dig my heels right in. You know, I answer the phone. I have a claims department. I have an escalations team, a person that I go direct to. And because I'm not the claims department, right? So he gets right into it, replies. I mean, he's amazing, John. He replies back immediately, lets me know what's going on. Sometimes the homeowner doesn't understand that why the technician is leaving, because we have to order the equipment and come back tomorrow to install that water heater situation. You know, they might think, well, they were here. Why aren't they giving me the new water heater today? Well, we have to go authorize it, purchase it, and then they have to go back for install. But John, my escalations concierge, he lets me know right away, and he also will be in touch with the homeowner and explain what's going on to calm everybody down. It's all good, don't worry, you know, kind of thing. So I'm proud of that. We really like our claims moving and satisfied. We want the customer's experience to be a good one. We're working really hard to make sure that happens.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for being here and for going over this. I think anybody that's interested in home warranties, they know a lot more than they did. I know I learned a little bit as well. Um,
good.
and how can people reach you if they want to get a home warranty?
Well, they can find me on Facebook, any social media, but of course, reach out anytime. They can reach out to you, and you can forward my information. You can reach me at KI Romero, ROMERO, at HWAHomewarranty.com. My phone number is 313-654-4150. If you even go into our website and under the real estate portal, it'll say find your local rep, and you put in the zip code that you're in Michigan, and you'll find me there as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Patrice. It's been great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
If you've enjoyed watching this video and would love to stay up to date when I have more content like this or something similar that you may be interested in, please like and subscribe to this channel and click the bell so you get notifications. And I hope you have a great day.